Have I ever told you the story about the time that I was a soigneur at the Joe Martin stage race in Arkansas? I probably haven't, but maybe it will come up during my conversation with Mélanie Katcher, who I happened to stumble across when the algorithm was working for all the right reasons. When I saw cycling pictures and coffee and pastry and a hot dog on her feed, and I was like, I'm reaching out because I need to talk to her. But reality is also right in her bio. She says, and I quote, shifting the standard in women's sports. And that is super important to me. And it's one of the reasons why I wanted to have Melanie on our Fireside Chat on the Everyday Athlete Podcast Network. I'm not going to bore you with the nonsense. Subscribe, rate, review, do all the things I need you to do so that our show can keep climbing in the algorithm and we can get better results from it, which means that we can get great guests like Melanie. So enough of that nonsense. Let's bring her on the show. Melanie, how are you?
I'm so good. How are you?
I am great. So our show starts with a very simple question. Pineapple on pizza, yay or nay?
Oh my gosh, yay. Like 100% yay. Like, what is this question? Yes, the salty and the sweet. Like, oh my gosh, it's heavenly.
Did I tell you I was a New Yorker when we were in the green room? I did, right?
Yes, you did. Yes.
So then why would you say yay to pineapple on pizza? You know we in New York aren't doing that.
Yeah, but Canadian, we're a little bit frisky, so we we do that kind of stuff.
Okay, here's my follow-up question to that.
Yeah.
When I ask people that question, I always ask them, is it true that you would have just pineapple on pizza, or does it always have to have like jalapenos or Canadian bacon or pepperoni or sausage or some accompaniment to it, or can you just eat the pineapple on the pizza?
No, I feel like I would need to have the Canadian bacon. Yeah, like again, like the salty and the sweet is kind of important, but just pineapple, I'm with you though. Yeah, it's a nay.
It's out.
Yeah, it's out.
I've always said, like, because tomatoes are acidic, right? So nobody's ever
Yeah,
been like, can I get more acid on my acid? Like, that's just not a thing that people want to eat. It's not a thing.
yeah. That's a really good opening question. 10 out of 10.
Here's my next question. It's a
Yes.
simple question, but it does come with an opportunity for us to really explore who Mélanie Katcher is. And the question is, who is Mélanie Katcher?
Ooh, that's a good question. I like to, I'm a literally an everyday corporate girly who likes to call herself an elite amateur athlete. I'm very passionate about women's sport. I'm a woman in sport, and I love to bring more people with me. And I think that it's a beautiful thing, and that's really who I am. Yeah, I'm really obsessed with endurance sports. So cycling and running is really, it's kind of becoming who I am in a very big way. It's really overflowing in so many parts of my life. Um, so yeah, this is who
Let
I
me ask you this.
am.
You want to get more women in sport, but I'm going to tie it in. You said you're a everyday corporate girly. Are you also seeing that you need to get more women involved in corporate work, corporate business?
I feel a little bit less
Okay.
in the kind of line of work that I do. I feel like it's a lot more accessible, but I do find that there's definitely a lot of opportunity in sports, especially in sports that kind of maybe have that elitist connotation, like cycling, which is a
Like
little bit,
cycling?
yeah, which is a little bit more of a harder sport to get into. It's not just like you
Yeah.
buy your running shoes and then you go running. There's a little bit more implication to it. So, eliminating all those barriers is definitely something I'm very passionate about.
How tall are your cycling socks?
Oh my God, they're well. I can show you. I could show you. I definitely have all of my cycling
Tan
tattoos
lines.
all over my body. Exactly. Um, but I'm definitely on the arrow side. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you decided to put into your bio that you wanted to shift the standard in women's sports, what was the catalyst for that? Like, what were you seeing? Was there a particular instance? Was there a role model that you had that you were like, you know what, we need to be louder about getting more and more women involved in sports, especially cycling?
It's actually such a good question because I've been reflecting on this quite a bit recently because a lot of people are asking me because I feel like this year on my vision goal, I'm a very woohoo person. So the vision goal is very important for me. And I have like a big sentence that says, in my women in sport era. And this year, that was my goal. It was to do everything that I can to make women's sports so much bigger and brighter. And it's actually really funny because I was really thinking about this a lot recently. And my entire life, I've played competitive sports. And being a woman in sport has never been something that was an issue for me. I was always in elementary school, I was always the first one to be picked out of even the boys. Like I've always been like one of the boys in the sense that beat the boys in sports. That was definitely one of my motto. So maybe I was intimidating them. I don't know. So they were like, we'll pick her first. I don't know. But even the entirety of like my elementary school, my high school, and even in college, the division of women and men in sports was never, we were all equal. Maybe it's a Quebec thing, I'm not sure. But we were all equal. And then as an adult, I started cycling quite late in
Okay.
in my life. I started in my 30s. So if there's women listening to us, do know that it's never too late to start.
That's right. That's right.
Literally, I started when I was 31 years old. So, and I'm still improving now at 36. So there's, yeah, you can grow so much. But it's not until I was 32 years old and I started cycling and I was very interested in racing that I've realized that there was such a divide in like the women and the men's sport. And to do a long story short, there was in 2022, there was a race where the men had a start, but the women didn't. And as a women team, we were like, wait, this is so bizarre. Like, why would we be like why wouldn't we be able to race? And
Right.
and it's really at that time that I was like, wow, this is so crazy. Like women and men are not treated equally in sport, and it's quite wild. And
It
that's really
is.
when, and it's kind of really when it really started. And then myself and so many amazing women here in my city, we started really advocating, and now we're pretty loud about it. Like we really don't stop talking about it. We don't, I don't know if I can say that, but we really don't shut up about it. Like,
You
and
can say whatever you want and as loud as you
okay,
want and with whatever curse words you want.
we're literally screaming about it, and it's actually really cool because I mean, it's not cool that there's a divide, but it's actually really fun
Right.
that so many people, and I'm going to be talking about my city because I feel like we have something very special here in Vancouver, um, that we really started really advocating for it. And I happen to be one of the few that does the social media thing, and that's maybe why I'm a little bit louder, but there are so many of us here that do so much to contribute to the growth of the sport. So that's kind of how it came all about.
And I thank
Yeah.
you so much for that and I want to add this to that piece of it. So in the intro, I mentioned that I was a soigneur at the
Yes.
Joe Martin stage race in Arkansas a number of years ago. I had the good fortune that a friend of mine was the masseuse, was a soigneur and a team masseuse for DNA cycling back in the day. And
Nice.
she asked me if I would be interested in being a soigneur because I was like, that's so cool. I kept like applauding her for what she was doing. I just thought it was cool as shit. And so she invited me to go there and I got to be a soigneur. And I'm going to say this to all the men out there who don't think that women belong in sport, they're not as good or whatever else. Go to a stage race that is women only. When I tell you they are like, I had to hold the water bottle out, right? So that they could grab the
Yes.
water bottle as they go by. And there's like 60 women going by at 25 miles an hour. I am crapping my pants at how fast they're going. Cause I'm like, my arm is going to get taken off, right? And
Yeah.
like to then see them all so spent at the end of the stage because they're working with each other. There was a team lead and they were always trying to get her to win. And they were the strategy that would take place and the conversations that were happening after the race. And then obviously then the next day before the next stage, like go to an event. Because if you're crapping on women's sports, I can almost guarantee you've never actually been to a women's event, especially when it comes to cycling, because it is
Yeah.
intense. It was one of the greatest experiences I've ever had. And I'd love to do it again. Like just being able to be on the course, driving to different parts of the stage, right, to have water bottles ready and food and the I'm going to call it a snack bag, but I know that's not the actual official name.
Musette. A musette.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just,
Yes.
so you said you're on a team. So are you guys going to stage races, or is it local? Like, give me a little bit of background on the team that you're on.
Yeah, we do that. So we do do a lot of stage races. We do local racing as well. So there's multiple. Cycling is very diverse because, like, yes, of course, it involves a bike, but there are so many different types of bikes. So there are so many types um, of racing that's available. But yes, as you just mentioned, it's actually funny that you just mentioned that because we just the Tour de France Femmes avec Zwift just ended.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that.
Oh my God, I'm so excited. And yeah, like it's so electric. Like women racing is so electric. Like if anyone that's listening has had the chance to watch it and experience it, it's so electric. Like it's just so much because the race is a little bit shorter. Well, it's not a little bit, it's a lot shorter than the men.
A lot shorter, yeah.
Like a lot shorter than the men. It's moving so fast. It's electric. Like you never know what's gonna happen, and it's just so entertaining. And cycling is such a weird sport in the sense that it is a team sport, but there's only kind of one person on the podium. So sometimes it's like, especially when you get into the sport, it's a little bit hard to understand, especially kind of like at a beginner level, in the sense that there's a lot of ego sometimes that's involved. You don't really know what type of rider you are, what kind of racing you like to do,
Yeah.
what are your strengths, what maybe your opportunities. So it gets a little bit complicated to understand that, like, okay, my contribution is maybe not reflected in a podium. However, the person that is on the podium is a result of my efforts.
Right.
So it's a little bit difficult, but yeah, it's electric. Women racing is electric.
Do women's teams have the same number of cyclists on the team as the men do, like when they go to races? Because I think the men have 8 or 9, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it's the same, 7. Yeah.
7. Okay.
Wait, is it 7? Yeah, I believe it's 7. Yeah.
Because here's the thing. Yeah. I think you said something that you may not have intended to say, but I think it's very poignant. So if you watch the Tour de France and you're watching the men race, right? Pogacar and Jonas, right? Those guys they're climbing mountains, they're sprinting. Like those are the two guys that do that. Then if you look at Jumbo Visma, right? Like Wout van Aert is probably an all-around cyclist, right? Because he's winning all kinds of different races. But then you have guys that are doing jobs, right? Seb Kuss is a climber, so he's doing a job. You have guys that are doing jobs. What I found out when I was with the DNA cycling team is the women, every one of those women did everything. Like they were climbers, they were sprinters, they were attackers. Like it was more of like an all-around cycling ability as opposed to being skilled at one thing. Now, don't get me wrong, it happens in baseball and stuff. But am I mistaken in making that statement? Like, are women more all-around cyclists as opposed to focusing on one particular type of cycling when they're doing a stage race like that?
Not necessarily. I think that it's the DNA team was more of a pro Conti team, which is kind of like a different level. It's like a different type of pro level racing. But at the pro tour level, so what we see at the Tour de France and the Tour de France Femmes avec Zwift, it's definitely everybody has a specific purpose.
Gotcha. Okay.
So I think it just depends on the level.
The level.
Yeah.
Because
exactly.
A year or two ago, like Demi Vollering won the Tour de France Femmes avec Zwift this year, and I believe she won a couple of years ago too. Correct?
Yes, in 2023.
Right.
Yes.
If I remember correctly, it seemed like at every stage she was leading, whether they were climbing, whether they were sprinting, she was always in the mix at the front, which I guess lends to your commentary about at that level, because again, Tadej Pogacar is leading at virtually every stage too, unless that day they're sitting back and they have a teammate that's going to do something else. So I guess that kind of makes sense. And thank you for helping me understand, like at the different levels of professionalism, different cyclists are going to be able to do different things and perform at different components of a race, so to speak.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So I want to change gears. See what I did there?
That's a very good one.
And I want to go to a different style of racing because
Yes.
I never say never, but there's a very good chance I will never do this type of racing, which is crit racing.
Oh my God, it's so cool. You should really
Yeah,
do
it's
it.
crazy as shit. There's like,
No,
are
it's
you
very
kidding me?
crazy. Yeah, it's very crazy,
I
but it's so cool.
I lived in Dallas, Texas, and in McKinney, Texas, which is a suburb, they had Bike the Bricks, and it's a crit race. And I've also been to Tulsa Tough, and I've watched the crit racing at Tulsa
That's
Tough too.
insane. Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah.
Like,
Like your eyebrows like literally lift when they go by. You're like, yeah. Like, yeah. They're that fast. Yeah.
like I'm going to try to explain this, and please fill in the blanks for me so that the audience understands, because we probably have a lot of runners. Crit racing is like probably how many starters? 15 to 20, maybe more sometimes.
Oh my God. It can be like hundreds.
Yeah. And they're
Like
going
it can
around a
be
short track.
especially in America. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a short track that has steel girders around it because you can't have people just walking on the course. And so they're going around at these amazing speeds within millimeters of each other.
Yeah.
They are rubbing elbows. There is a lot of yelling going on because people are trying to pass while also like getting like it's just mayhem. Here's a great way to do it. It's like a mosh pit on two wheels.
Actually, that's a good comparison. Yeah. Yeah, actually that's a really good comparison.
And like, so I've been to them, and your excitement tells me that you've done crit racing too then.
Oh my gosh, yes. Like actually we have one tonight. Yeah, we have like 2 a week, weekly. It's like really cool. I mean, there's different levels, like the Tulsa Tough that you're talking about. That's like supreme elite level of crit racing, but there are like it is accessible like for anybody that wants to start. You just don't
Yeah.
go as fast, but yeah, it's like a super fun type of race because usually you're able to stay in a bunch because the course is much smaller. So you're
Right.
able to stay in a bunch. When it's like a road race in the sense that like think Fondo or like hundreds of kilometers and stuff, it's if you get separated from the group, it makes your experience a little bit different because then you're kind of on your own battling nature.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what makes crit racing electric. It's accessible and it's very friendly and yeah, it's just so fun. It's electric.
Have you raced crit racing at night?
I've done actually we have like a big one in Vancouver called the Gastown Grand Prix, and it's not at night, but I would say that it's kind of like just as electric as racing as at night because you're like racing on cobble, so you're like
Oh,
going like
really?
at speed. Yeah, you're literally like and you're just hoping that your chain doesn't drop or like your bottle cage don't just fly off, and you're like. Yeah, but it's like so fun. You go so fast and it's really electric and oh, it's so cool. Like hearing like people just like cheering on strangers, like the barriers that you were like mentioning, like they're like going on it and
Yeah.
it's so fun.
It
And
is loud.
as a spectator also, it's the most accessible type of racing to
Yeah.
watch and kind of like understand cycling and kind of like
Yep.
find the love of it and kind of like understand what it's all about because they come so fast in circle that you get to see your friends, you get to see the cyclists so often. So I think it's if anybody has a chance to go see a crit race, do it. It's pretty
I
cool
would,
at any level.
yeah, I
Yeah.
highly recommend it too. It just made me think of, at the end of a stage race, at any stage race, when the sprinters are going at, especially if it's a sprint stage, they're going
Yep.
at after it. And then all along the course, they have the banners
Yes.
and there's right. Like that's like crit racing. So those of you who've never been to a crit race, if you watch an end stage of a sprint stage of the tour, that's what it's like. People are smashing the banners and it's just loud as shit, but it's
It's
all
cool.
in a it's all in a circle, so they're coming around constantly, super fast.
Yeah,
Have
it's
you
so
ever
cool.
have you ever witnessed a wreck during a crit event?
Oh, yes, I did.
It's
And it's
rough, right?
like,
Like,
oh, yeah, touching wood, but
yeah,
yeah, it's very spooky. Yeah.
yeah,
That's like a little bit of the kind of part that's not so cool about
yeah,
an extreme sport like well, I mean, like cycling can be very
yeah,
extreme, descending, going at
yeah,
speed, being so in so close proximity, like you're trusting the people that
yes,
you're following. And sometimes in the split second, you make a decision that you think might be the best decision, ends up not being the best decision, and somebody ends up with no more bones or something.
well, this
So,
is
I
why
mean, a
you wear
broken collarbone.
helmets. This is why you wear
Yeah,
helmets.
sometimes
Like
it's, yeah, yeah.
I got, I used to ride a way more than I do now, but that's about to change. But I was in a really bad bike wreck. My front wheel rubbed the back wheel of a guy that I was riding with. There was about 8 or 10 of us in just a regular standard Saturday afternoon group ride, and we rubbed
Oh,
wheels, and I went down. And here's the thing, right? My helmet was cracked, and it takes a lot of force to crack a cycling helmet. And, thankfully that I had the helmet on, and I was always an advocate for people wearing helmets. But it became even bigger after that, right? Because I now have the experience that your head could have been the helmet and just cracked, and who knows what would have happened there. So for those of you who are listening, I don't care if you're going to the grocery store in your beach cruiser, put on a helmet. You don't know what may happen in that 2-minute ride from the front door to the grocery store. Like, I can't say it enough.
I know. And you literally have like that's what I always tell. That's one of my two pet peeves, like biggest pet peeves as living in the city, and having such a bike friendly city is
Yeah.
literally people not having a helmet. And literally, if something happens to your body, there's so many options now that you can get replacement, arms or whatever. But your head, you have one chance, and
Yeah.
that's it. Like, so I don't know, protect it. It's not
Yeah,
worth
that's
it.
right.
Yeah.
I was running on the trails on Saturday, and a kid on a mountain bike went by me without a helmet on, and I was like, "Man, that is just not all that smart." Like it's one thing on the road, but here you are literally going to be running over
Freezing.
rocks. Like, put
Yeah.
on a helmet, kid.
Oh.
Um,
Mm.
I want to switch away from the serious conversation to a little bit more lightheartedness. I forgot to tell you to bring a drink to the show, but I brought my own. This
Oh.
is this is a espresso, cherry Coke Zero, and cream drink, which has become my
Oh.
go-to. Now I
Fancy.
know when you're a cyclist, like one of the best parts of cycling is the coffee shop stop.
You
Look at your
know
face.
it. You know it. Yes.
I don't I think you put the pictures up once a week of the week that you just had with cycling and everything else.
Yes.
And like, don't get me wrong, I love the cycling pictures, but I can't hit the arrow fast enough to find the coffee stop.
That's so funny. Well, I mean, like cycling is a game of, coffee and carbs. So
That's it. Do you have
that's what it is.
a standard order when you go to a coffee shop during a ride? And if so, what is the standard order? And then if you have to make a change because they don't have it, that's cool. But what do you want to get every time?
Okay, so for a very long time, I was like and like for many years, I'm gonna say like I've been cycling for 5 years, and probably 4 of those 5 years, I was always ordering espresso tonic. Like I'm obsessed with espresso tonic, like
Me
winter,
too.
summer, because here in Vancouver we can literally ride winter, summer. So if somewhere on the menu at a coffee shop they had it, I was like, please, I need. But now, oh my God, I don't know what's happening to me. I don't know if it's because I'm aging or something, but I'm into cortados like so much. Like I really love cortados. I feel so fancy with my little like beep beep beep. Yeah, I don't know. I'm really into cortado. Yeah. So that's what I have now. Yeah.
And I want to clarify, when you say espresso tonic, are you getting an espresso and then the small glass of tonic, or is
Ye-
the espresso in the tonic?
Espresso in the tonic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I've seen that on coffee shops, walls, menus for years. A couple of weeks ago, we ran the San Francisco Marathon and we were having brunch. And I was like, you know what I really want right now is an espresso and Pellegrino. And so
Ooh.
I went to the countertop and I said, can you make me an espresso and Pellegrino? And the guy gave me a face like, what are you talking about? And I was like, here, how about this? I will take this Pellegrino. You will pour me a double shot of espresso in a cup and give me a glass of ice, and I'll just make it myself. And I posted this video on YouTube, and it's one of our best performing shorts because it's literally just the espresso with the Pellegrino and then the creamer afterwards. And that's now my new drink of summer. So if I'm on a ride and we stop at a coffee shop, I'm getting that. But I have to give you a word of caution. If you go to Starbucks,
Oh.
they don't have that stuff. And so the lady behind the counter, unbeknownst to her, she was like, oh, well, we have Spindrift, which is tonic water, and it was lemonade. But
Oh.
it was terrible. Like it ruined everything. I was like, this is
Oh.
definitely not in order.
Okay, noted.
Yeah. So we got the coffee part, cortado. What about the carbs part? What are we getting there?
Ooh, I mean, I'm French Canadian, so I have a lot of French in me. I'm a big croissant girl. Yeah,
Okay.
croissant
Plain
all the
croissant,
way. Uh,
almond, pistachio.
I really like pain au chocolat, like a chocolate
Yeah.
croissant.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
We
Yeah.
were in, I know where it's, we broke the rules, but we were in Paris earlier this year and I
Oh,
did not get a chocolate croissant while we were there. I ate everything
okay.
else.
That is crazy. Okay, so I think we're done with this interview. Bye-bye.
The pineapple on pizza and then no chocolate croissant. Our friendship
Bye-bye.
has ended. I'm going to bring it back though, because you have a post on Instagram and it literally says crit dog.
Yes.
So
I also
yes,
eat a lot of hot dogs.
yes, that's why we're back.
Yes. I mean, like, nothing can beat the 150 combo of a hot dog and a pop at Costco. Like, in this economy, I mean, it's a no-brainer.
It's a no-brainer. All right,
Yeah.
what are you putting on the dog? What is the go-to toppings?
Oh my God. It really depends on what's available, but usually mustard and relish is my
That's the
go-to. I
go-to.
really like it. Yeah, yeah,
No
yeah.
sauerkraut.
No, no sauerkraut, no. But it's good. I like it, but just no,
Yes, no.
no. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna bring it back to cycling because we've covered some important topics. Then we dived into food, but
Yeah.
I want to talk about the most. I believe UCI put this report out, and I wanted to get your reaction to the idea that women with larger breasts have an aerodynamic advantage when it comes to cycling. I think it was UCI that put this report out, correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
Like your very first reaction when you saw the headline was what?
Ah, I mean, yeah, it's true. I mean, I'm a bigger chested woman myself, so I guess I'm more aero than most. But also I'm probably heavier than most going up mountains, so I guess, it balances itself, but I don't know. I tend to like kind of ignore and roll my eyes a lot. There's like so
Yeah,
many rules in cycling that just I feel like at this point we're just trying to like make rules just to make rules that don't make sense. And I think that it's that kind of stuff sometimes that if someone that's newer to the sport sees that kind of information and maybe doesn't fully grasp the whole story of it, can make it intimidating. Like now
yeah.
we're talking about people's bodies, like who cares? Like
It
just yeah.
it felt totally unnecessary
Yeah,
when I saw,
exactly.
right? like I
Mm.
saw that, especially around now, right? The tour is happening. To put out this report now kind of felt like it diminished the excitement around the Tour de Femme avec Swift. I was like, why now? Of all the days of the year on the calendar, now is the
Mm.
time to put it. Just felt like it took away from the momentum of the conversation for the performance of women in sport.
Yeah, I think there's always I don't think it really diminished it, but you're absolutely correct. Like I feel like it just kind of changed the momentum that we're having. It's always like we take so many steps forward and then there's always not necessarily taking a step back, but we're just kind of like I feel like there's just so many questions all the time around like women cycling. Like there's been so many amazing accomplishments in the Tour de France Femme avec Zwift that just happened, and everything is just always compared to the men or always compared to stuff that just doesn't make sense or not necessarily diminishing the efforts, but just like yes, but you
Right?
know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's a little bit yeah, it's a little bit. I feel like sometimes it's a little bit hard, and I can only imagine how difficult it is for them accomplishing such amazing, like the most amazing things at such a high level and having so many eyes on yourself on themselves. But it's kind of difficult to be a woman in sport in that sense.
It
Like you know,
is.
if you're always scrutinized and
Yes.
yeah, it's just it's a weird time.
Ear-
Yeah.
Earlier in the conversation, you said you're one of the people who is yelling the loudest. And so how do we, and I include me in the we, how do we change the conversation so that we don't stop the momentum? That if we're building towards a goal, we don't take an exit ramp here and then an exit ramp there, that we just stay on the highway there. How do we make that happen? How do we bring the conversation forward as opposed to taking this exit ramp?
I think we just have to keep doing it. Like, I think that sometimes I feel so repetitive in the things that I say or that I do, but every time there's one more person that it resonates with. Or, you know, every time there's one person that see themselves or they see that acceptance of doing the thing, which is like maybe just joining a group ride or maybe just saying hi to someone on the flyby, like something very easy. And I think that this is how we keep the momentum is like to just don't stop the momentum and just literally being, I don't want to say annoying because annoying wouldn't be the right word, but just being very dedicated to the mission. And I think this is why, like, and also being very comfortable with being inconvenienced. I think that this year, if I go back to my vision board and being in my women's in sport era, I feel like this year I've been the most inconvenienced I've ever been in my life. Like waking up early to accommodate stuff, staying late to accommodate stuff, like being on or, you know, like just doing a lot of things just because I really want to foster that community and I really want to, you know, make it so accessible for so many women to get their feet and like clip in and get into the sport and find their people. So I think that this is how you keep the momentum by just never shutting up about it and by just being okay with being inconvenienced even when it doesn't fit in really. If that's the belief and if that's what you believe in and that you're committed, um, something you're committed about, like to just keep doing it. It's a
Well,
very
it
lame
worked.
answer, but that's just how it is.
No, it's not a lame answer. It's
Yeah.
like the best goals are achieved through the boring, right? Like
Yeah.
going and doing the boring core work gets you to be a better cyclist. Like going and doing the
Yeah.
easy days gets you like it's just it's the repetitiveness. But it clearly has worked because somehow, some way, the algorithm was like, I'm gonna put Melanie in front of you, Jason, on Instagram,
Yay!
and then I was like, you know what, I want to talk to her because this is like something really. First of all, it's important to me that we talk about more and more women in sport. And some people have asked me, Jason, why is it important to you? And it's simply, look, I have a wife, I have a sister. I had a mother, she has since passed, but I've had aunts and I have grandmas, right? I have women in my life. Why would I not want the same for them as has been accessible to me? And so why would I not want to advocate for women, especially in sports that I participate in? And so you being repetitive put you in front of me. And then one day I reach out and I'm like, hey, do you want to talk to a stranger on a podcast?
Yes.
and now
Yeah.
and
And
now here
it's
we are. And go ahead.
Yeah. And that's what I always tell all of the cool women that I get to interact with is like, you never know who's watching. Like,
Yeah.
you never know who's watching. You never know who you're impacting. Like, you never know, like, you doing the thing, who you're going to reach. And it's actually really cool because this year, again, because I've been like really on a mission, it's been so cool to see so many people flourish. Like, for example, I host a ride every Friday morning. And it's been so crazy for people to like meet new friends, and now they go on their big adventure together, and now they go chase their goals, and then they bring more people. And it's like, I feel like inspiring someone is amazing, but it's like what the person is going to do with the inspiration that you give them. And I think
Yeah.
that it's so amazing to see like all those people that like the momentum is just like going because it's just overflowing onto everybody, and it's just such a beautiful thing. And yeah, I'm very obsessed with that.
So
Yeah.
you race crit, you've done stage races. Have
Yeah.
you ever thought about doing like some of these? I've talked to a number of different people who have done these super long multi-month rides from like Alaska all the way down to South America. People have ridden across the US. I'm sure there are people that ride across Canada. Has that ever been a thing where you've like, it'd be fun to ride my bike for a month straight across Canada or however long it might take?
I don't, I mean, I've considered it, but I don't think it's something that I'm really, really into. Like, I'm very into climbing though. Like, I really love
Okay.
high elevation days. So that's definitely something I'm more into. So if it would be like doing as many meters as we can going uphill, then I'd be down. But like a long thing, I
Not
mean,
so
I'll
much.
never say never. I never thought I would be into multisport, and now here I am wanting to qualify for World's Duathlon. But
Tell me more about that. I'm going to interrupt
yeah.
you. Tell me more about
Oh,
that. So how did this come about?
oh my gosh, it was just all my friends. I guess like COVID has just got like endurance sport even more popular.
Yeah.
And then all of my cycling friends were like, "Oh, let's start doing triathlon, Ironman, blah blah blah." And then I was like, "Oh my gosh, swimming sounds horrible." But I was like, "Wait, I kind of want to try something else." Like I ride a lot, so I was like, "Oh, I'm kind of scared that one day I'll maybe get burnt out of it. So maybe I should try to like kind of branch out and do something else." And then I started running, and I was like, "Wait, can I combine like running and cycling, but like no swimming?" And then I started doing my research, and duathlon is really not a popular sport. And then I
Yeah.
found that there was one in my city, and then I did it. And then I was like, oh wow, this was really hard. And like, I really need to work on my running. So that was like in 2025. And then in 2026, at the beginning of the year, I was like, oh my gosh, like, I really have to, I really after 2025, I was like, oh my gosh, I really want to do it again in 2026, but I really want to do the work and like be such a better runner. And then I did the work and I did it so well. And then I was like, wait, how far can I take this thing? And then and then I was like, let's go. We're going big, baby. And then I've been training really hard at getting better at running and getting faster and being able to be competitive. And yeah, so in a month from now, I guess we'll find out if I go to Worlds next year. Yeah.
So what's the event you'll be competing at in a month to determine whether you qualify or not?
Yeah, it's gonna be the Cultus Lake Duathlon.
Very cool. And
Yeah.
what are the distances?
It's gonna be a 5K run, 40K bike, and 10K run.
Oh, so it's the second run is even longer. Because a lot of
Yeah,
times the
which
duathlon is usually the same distance.
yeah, that's usually a sprint. It's like the multi-sport world, like I still don't fully understand it. There's so many
So many.
like it's insane. People talking about
Yeah.
triathlon, I'm like, this is crazy. They're like, yeah, but I'm just doing like a standard. And I'm like, well, what even in the standard? And then, oh my God, there's just so
Yeah.
many different, yeah, it's very complicated. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
I wouldn't say I've hung up my Ironman credentials, but it's been since I DNF'd in 2019 in Ironman Wisconsin. So my last finish line was in 2018. It's been 8 years since I've competed at
Wow.
the
That
Ironman
is
distance. Yeah,
impressive. Very
it's
impressive.
it's a second job, like absolutely a second job. Training 20 hours a week. Um, I wanted to ask you this question before I forget. So, cyclist first, you start bringing running in. When you have to start dedicating more time to running and less time to cycling, because there's still only 24 hours in a day, what was your react? Were you like, do I really want to do this? Because I really love my bike? Or was it, you
Mm.
know what? I'm going to get better at this running and I'm going to focus on that?
To be honest, that's a really good question, and that's also something I've been really thinking about lately. Because in 2025, I think this is why I didn't do as well as I wanted to in that duathlon. I mean, I was also very new to running. I was only a few months into running. But yeah, at the beginning, it was very like, really in the summer when all my friends are cycling, I'm gonna go do a long run. Ew. But now I'm really realizing how important it is, and especially like that's a big goal that I really want to accomplish. And I think that that's kind of like a beautiful thing about social media in the sense that like I think like I'm kind of in a weird space as an athlete in the sense that like I'm no longer a beginner at the sports that I competed. I'm very competitive in my age group. But I really want to be like welcoming and very like nurturing and
Yeah.
inspiring to other women. But I'm kind of like in that point where like sometimes it's kind of very difficult, but I do want to share my goals because like it also holds me accountable, and also
Yeah.
like maybe other people don't know. Like there's so many people coming in my DMs recently, being like, actually last night someone was like, "Oh my God, I saw your content about duathlon, and I didn't even know that was a thing, and I really want to do it because all my friends like swim, but I don't want to swim." And I was like, "Oh my God, girl, that was me too. That was me too." And so I think that's like a beautiful thing about social media. I'm going a little bit on tangent here, but I
No,
think
no,
it's a
go.
beautiful thing about social media because like sharing your goals, it makes me accountable. And this is why now, like, to go back to your question of like, running more and maybe cycling less, like now I'm like, I said to the world, I'm doing it. I got to do it. Like, of course
Yeah.
I have to do it for myself, but I feel like now I maybe like inspired someone to do it too. So I can't give up. Like, I can't give up on us, you know?
That's right.
Um, so yeah, so it's a little bit of, but I can totally see how me being more dedicated to running, how it's improved, so much. Yeah.
I, I just put up every Monday. I put into our feed a morning cup of Jason, and this past week was what are you waiting for permission on? And it's interesting because on the trail on Saturday, I said to myself, I want to be in 1 year from now considered one of the best trail runners in Phoenix in the male 50 to 54 category. And it just popped into my head. I don't know what spurred it, but years ago when I lived in Dallas, I was one of the better trail runners. I finished third in my age group in the Texas State Championships. I don't know what they call them for trail runners. And so I bring this up because it's kind of like what you just said. Like I'm putting my goals out into the atmosphere for people to know that this is the goal, and it's 365 days from now. It's not tomorrow, and so like I'm going to be working on it. And I think it helps to hold me accountable and then gets people like you to be like, hey, how's that trail running thing going? So that you're holding me accountable to it as well. And I just think that when we use social media in that way, it does become a beautiful place.
Yeah, I totally agree. And like to go back to like a question earlier about like how do we keep the momentum? I think that this is a way to do it. Like if you keep showing up, somebody is going to see it. And like, we both of us, like we're very passionate about our communities and what we build, but if we don't show up, like
Yeah,
even if nobody's watching, even if we think nobody's watching, even if we think nobody's going to show up, even if we think everybody's going to tell us no, like you never know. And like maybe somebody is that person that literally needs to scroll and see, or even like in real life, like again, to go back to the rides that I host on Fridays that are like welcoming to like new women cyclists. Some people see us in Stanley Park. It's a park we do. It's a route that we do here in our city, and they see like a massive group of women like going through, and they find us on socials or on Strava, and then they're like, oh my gosh, like, can I do this too? And yeah, of course you can do this too. And then they're with us the next week. So I
Yep.
think showing up in so many ways, like obviously social media is, in my opinion, one of the easiest way to show up because it's kind of less effort. I mean, in my
Yeah.
opinion, again. Um, but yeah, just show up.
That's it. So we
Yeah.
actually started the Everyday Athlete Run and Coffee Club, which is a run club that meets every Wednesday at 5:30 a.m. Here in downtown Phoenix for that same exact purposes. Like if you see a bunch of people running, you may not say to yourself, I'm going to go do that tomorrow, but you might say, let me go find who these people are. And then maybe the
Yeah.
next week you come out and then you meet people and you connect. And then you find that you have things outside of endurance sports in common with each other, like the fact that you both love to eat hot dogs. Like that's
Yeah,
amazing.
exactly. You never know.
That's the beauty of
Yeah.
all of this stuff. Melanie, I want to be cognizant of your time. And I do have some other food questions to ask of you.
Oh,
If you're, we call it a rapid fire food question section, but take your time in thinking about it. You have the duathlon coming up in a month. Do you have any cycling events coming up uh, between now and the rest of the year?
yes, I do have the Whistler Grand Fondo that's coming up the week just before my duathlon. So I'm
Oh,
gonna kind
wow.
of treat it as, yeah, I know, I know. Yeah, those were really crazy goals, but this one I'm just gonna treat it as just kind of like my last final kind of big training ride for my big race. Yeah.
And where can people find you and where can they find the cycling club that you host on Fridays?
Yeah, so everybody can find me on all social, my name at Mélanie Katcher. And if anybody finds me on Strava, you'll be able to have same my name. We'll be able to have access to all of the events that I and we as a collective host.
And look,
Yeah.
even if you don't want to get into cycling, follow Melanie's account because there are coffee and carbs pictures on there. Her cycling pictures are gorgeous as well. And she's advocating for more women in sport, especially the sport of cycling. So you're also will be supporting a great cause. Are you ready for my food questions?
Yes.
All right. Are you a fan of Oreos?
Yeah, I mean, meh. Fan, I
Take
don't
it or leave
know,
it.
but it's pretty good. Yeah, yeah.
All right, we'll skip that one then. your your favorite chocolate candy is?
After 8.
Oh, that's a new one. We've never had that answer
I'm
on our
telling you,
show.
I think I'm like 36 going on like 95. I think that's me. I have
What
really
a,
different tastes.
what about
Yeah.
the after eight is makes it your favorite?
It's just the mint. I love like the mint and the chocolate. Like it's
Yeah.
oh, I love that thing. Like I'm kind of one of those people that like brush my teeth and then I really don't mind. Like I'll go drink coffee and I'll be like, mint coffee, it tastes so good.
One of the greatest mint treats I ever had. I raced Ironman Maryland, I think 2016, and there is like a general store in the middle of nowhere, Cambridge, Maryland, and they had an Andes mint ice cream sandwich, and it was so damn good, and I've never been able to find it anywhere since. It was so
Wow.
minty. It was so perfect.
Oh, that sounds delightful.
What about your favorite non-chocolate candy? What is your favorite non-chocolate candy?
I really like those Swedish berries. You know,
Yeah.
like
Yep.
yeah, those Swedish berries are really good. I like to take them and then like squish them and then eat them. Like I don't know why I do that, but it's like squish them and then they're like and then yeah. Yeah.
Parents of, the cliche is parents tell you not to play with your food. I am totally opposed to that. Play with your food, kids. Like play with your
Yeah.
food. You only get one shot at life. Might as well enjoy it.
There you go.
Favorite flavor of ice cream is
Chocolate.
straight chocolate.
Yeah, well, I have like a Ninja Creamy, and I eat ice cream pretty
The
much every
best.
night. It's
The
like
best.
literally life-changing. If you're listening, please, 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 it's the best investment. You're like literally, it's gonna change your life. And yeah, I mix chocolate and peanut butter and mint chocolate.
Yeah.
Best. Yeah.
Do you drop any like? So I used to with the Ninja Creamy. I would chop up a protein bar and drop that into the creamy so that it would mix it up into the ice cream, and so that I'd get like a little bit of a protein bar in with my ice cream too.
Oh, that's a good hack. I'll try that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's fantastic. And then I mean, look, I don't feel guilty eating ice cream. I've got pints in my freezer now. I never feel guilty. But if you're somebody who might feel guilty about eating ice cream, chop up a protein bar, drop it in your Ninja Creamy, and then you can be like, look, I'm getting my protein recovery on.
There you go. There you go.
Do you like cake? Are you a cake fan?
I am a cake fan, actually. Yes.
Do you have a favorite flavor of cake?
Again, chocolate. I'm boring.
Chocolate.
But yeah, chocolate cake. Yeah.
Like, are you, so now, because look, I love food, so you have those real thin layers where you'll get like 7 to 10 layer chocolate cake because they're all real thin, or you can get like the thicker ones and it's only 2 layers. Like, where are you headed when it comes to chocolate cake in terms of favorite?
Probably the more layered.
Yeah, right? It's
Yeah.
more chocolatey,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. Yeah.
Are you a fan of ganache?
Fan, no, but I appreciate it. Yeah. Yeah.
What part of chocolate do you go wild for then? Like, is there a chocolate where you're like, I gotta have that?
No, I'm very like my nutrition is very much like for performance, so I really don't really think that
Okay.
much about it. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh, it tastes good, good. Yeah.
Have you ever been to the Collier Chocolate Factory in Switzerland?
No, I've never been to Switzerland, but now I'm gonna have to
Oh,
go.
you have to go. So we were in Switzerland over the summer, the spring, and we were in Vevey, and we took the train to Collier Chocolate Factory. And so we went on a tour, and they have like, I don't know, Melanie, like 1,000 different varieties. And so like people are like, they're taking like one every like 10 steps. And I'm like, all of them. Like, I'm just like, I walked out there, I was so full, but it was so good. I mean, the chocolate it tasted so amazing. And here's the thing that I learned, because cocoa doesn't grow in Switzerland, right? I was like, I don't understand how Switzerland became the capital of chocolate. Like, this is not a tropical. As it turns out, Spain and the conquering and all of that stuff actually brought the cocoa to Switzerland, where they introduced milk into chocolate in Switzerland because of all the cows that they have there. And that's how milk chocolate got started. And that's how that became the capital for great chocolate, not just good chocolate.
Wow.
Lessons here, kids. Yeah.
Yeah. Love it.
What's a meal that you would love to have after every hard effort and every hard race?
Oh my God,
You
a
may not always
burger.
have it. A burger, straight
I
cheeseburger.
always have it. Always. Don't be kidding me. Like, I always have it. That's actually something that like everybody knows about me. I'm a big hot dog and burger girl. Like,
I love it.
very good diet here.
Yeah.
But yeah, a burger. Like,
What's on
literally,
the
I really
burger?
like. Okay, I'm a big fan of lettuce wrap burger.
Yeah.
I love my veggies. But it's mostly for the fries that I do it. Because I think it's like, I'm like, I need my protein, I need my veggies, I need my fat, but I really need my carbs, and it's really for the fries. I'm like
Yeah.
such a yum fries girly. Oh my gosh, I love yum fries. But yeah, a burger is always my celebratory everything. Although I'm like really into burritos lately too. So
Are fries greater than onion rings then?
oh yes. Onion rings don't even stand a chance.
See,
Yeah.
we could have lunch together because I will eat all the onion rings and you can eat all the French fries. We'll be happy.
There you go. Perfect match.
I love it. Before I let you go, my last question, and
Yes.
this is perfect because you're a chocolate fan. A tray of brownies has come out of the oven. It's sat on the counter long enough that you could cut it without making a mess. Do you go to the corner piece, the edge piece, or the middle for the ooey gooey piece?
Oh my God, corner, because it's gonna be a little bit crispy, and then you'll be more able to hold it in your hand because it's like a little bit harder on the corner.
Yes.
Oh, corner for sure. Yeah, corner
Yeah.
for sure. What kind
Now,
of person would go in the middle?
I have had guests that say they go
How
in the
did
middle.
your parents raise you?
Yeah, I had a friend who said to me, I love going into the middle, but what I'll do is I'll cut two lengths so that I get the corner and the edge so that I can separate that so I get two pieces there, and then I'll take the middle out and I'll have that piece too.
This is
He ate
crazy.
half a tray of brownies on him.
That's so funny.
Do
Oh.
you top it with ice cream or are you just
Oh my
straight
God,
brownie?
yes. Oh my God, vanilla ice cream. Amen. Yeah.
So you are a coffee fan and you have a creamy. So here's what I'm going to encourage you to do. Make a coffee ice cream with your Ninja Creamy and then put your brownie in the bottom of the mug and put your coffee Ninja Creamy over top of it. And as the creamy melts into the brownie as you're eating it, you end up getting like a mocha and you're good to go.
That sounds amazing.
Right? Like
Yeah.
that's the perfect end of the day. You've worked your ass off all morning on the bike and now you're throwing Netflix on and you're just going to put on your soft pants with your legs up and you're good to go. It's perfect.
Wait, end of the day? I can drink like I go to bed by like 7 p.m. I can't drink coffee at 7. Like this is crazy. This is a breakfast thing. I'll be wired up all night.
So you're one of those people who the caffeine will keep you up throughout the day if you drink it too late in the day?
Oh my God. Yes, I'm one of those people. 100%. Yeah.
Like I can drink coffee at 8 p.m. and be asleep by 9. Like I have no problem with it whatsoever.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
I wish that was me.
My wife has she does a lot. She's a doctor. She does a lot of research, and I might be misquoting her, but she says that the people who can drink caffeine at the end of the day and go to sleep fast typically have ADHD, and the caffeine does something to the chemicals in their brain that allows them to go to sleep faster than those who don't have whatever the chemical mix-up is. So,
Oh wow.
yeah,
Food
it's
for
interesting.
thought.
Like,
Yeah.
never knew.
Yeah. Damn.
I want to say thank you so much for saying yes to a stranger when they invited you on their podcast. I really appreciate you agreeing to having a conversation. I hope you had fun here. I know that I have because I have a goal with every podcast is to get my guests to say that's a great question at least once, and you gave me 4 that's a great questions. So I did my job. I got
Yes.
4x.
Overachiever.
I appreciate you. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thanks for having me. That was amazing.
I'll see you.
Bye.
All right. I told you the story about being a soigneur at the Joe Martin stage race in Arkansas. I'm telling you, folks, if you can get out to a crit race or a stage race, especially if women are racing, do it. Don't think twice about it. Just show up and you will be amazed at how athletic and how amazing and determined these women are when they are on their bikes. It is unbelievable. I appreciate you hanging around for the last hour or so. Come back next week for our next Fireside Chat, where we'll be having more and more fun as we go through this process of interviewing everyday athletes. Have a good one, everybody. We'll see you.